Welcome to Docks Constitutional. Docks isn't just a business, it's a landmark woven into the fabric of American history itself. And we are the current stewards of this sacred trust, a legacy of community and defiance that began on this very land in the 1870s, and now it's our turn to take our place in history. We want to create a physical space that reflects the values of the greatest generation. That's why we're asking you to join us in a community building campaign unlike any other. The vision is to transform the place from generic tap house to Docks Constitutional, America's premier destination for patriots, history lovers, and civic education. In the 1920s, Prohibition era, before it was a legal tavern, it was Young's Place, a general store providing gas, tackle, and ice cream. But historical accounts suggest it was more, a source for maybe some moonshine. In an era of government overreach, this establishment served its community as a vital anchor in the underground economy. A quiet, necessary rebellion that kept rural Washington afloat. In the 1940s, during the World War II era, as the world went to war, this tavern became a home front sanctuary. It was an informal news center where families shared updates, a gathering place that maintained morale, and a touchstone for local service members. The donated World War II flag hanging here is a sacred relic from that era. And in the 2020s COVID era, you faced unprecedented government mandates. You continued this legacy. You chose to be a community anchor when isolation was enforced, providing a place of connection and normalcy. The sacrifice of your liquor license proved that the tavern's role as a community fortress was more important than its status as a licensed bar. The unbroken chain of courage. Each act of courage reinforces the next, creating an unbroken chain spanning a century. This tavern's history is defined by three pivotal moments of American trial, where its stewards chose community and principle over compliance. You didn't just inherit this history, you lived it. A testament to the tavern's role in honoring service and sacrifice. Now we want to honor that service and that history by living it out loud as a beacon of American courage and strength. Let me explain. We start with core identity pillars, historical sanctuary. Celebrating three eras of defiance as our founding story. Constitutional cornerstone, Center for Civic Education and First Amendment rights. Community fortress, essential gathering place that stands with its people. This tavern has always been more than just a business. It's a symbol of resistance, of community, of resilience. Back in the Roaring '20s, before it was a legal tavern, it was known as Young's Place. It might have seemed like just a general store providing gas, tackle, and ice cream. But history tells us there was more going on. Accounts tell of maybe some moonshine, a wink, and a nod to those who knew how to look for it. It was a time when the federal government overreached and people looked after their own. And this establishment was right there in the heart of it, serving its community as a vital anchor in the underground economy. It was a quiet, necessary rebellion that kept rural Washington afloat. Then came the greatest generation, the 1940s. World War II had plunged the world into chaos, but here at home, this tavern became a home front sanctuary. The world outside might have been consumed by war, but within these four walls, families found solace. This was your local news center long before CNN or Fox News. When the radio crackled with updates from the front, you could find them here, gathered around, sharing what they heard, passing down the news that shaped our world. The flag hanging here, donated from World War II, is more than just a piece of fabric. It's a sacred relic from a time when this tavern was a beacon of unity, a gathering place that helped maintain morale, a touchstone for those in service and those who held their loved ones up in prayer. It was an era when our nation was forged anew, and this tavern stood proudly as a part of that. And then there's the modern stand, the 2020s. You faced unprecedented government mandates. At that dark hour, you made a choice to be a community anchor, throwing open your doors when all else was shut down. You provided a place of connection, of normalcy, of shared humanity. The sacrifice of your liquor license. Well, that was a testament to the tavern's role. It was a silent statement that said, "We are here, we are open, and we will not be broken." You didn't just inherit this history, you lived it. Now we want to ensure that this place, the walls themselves, bear witness to your courage, to the courage of the generations that came before, and to the generations yet to come. That's what this renovation means to us. It's not just about bricks and mortar. It's about weaving together the threads of our collective history to create a tapestry of liberty. Your contribution is a thread in that tapestry. It's a way to etch your name in history, to show that you were here at the dawn of a new era, an era where principles meet progress, where tradition meets innovation, where the past inspires the future. It's easy to think of history as something distant, something that happened to people long ago. But history is alive here. It's in the laughter that echoes within these walls, in the stories that linger in the air, in the very foundation that supports us. The spirit of the past is all around us, and it's our job, our privilege to carry that forward. This isn't just a tavern. It's a monument to the human spirit, a testament to the power of community, and an enduring symbol of courage. What happens here will continue to shape our community for generations to come. First, we'll kick off the launch of the campaign with 2 weekends of programming, which we'll call the Courage Wall. During this time, we'll host daily pledge ceremonies where we'll share stories from the past and present, highlighting the importance of this place and how your support can bring it back to life. It will also feature Patriot Coffee Hours, where folks can drop in, enjoy a coffee, and learn more about the mission and how they can get involved. In addition, we'll offer historic tours led by locals who will bring the stories of the tavern and our region to life. Following the Courage Wall, we'll move into Phase 2. Over the next 2 months, we'll refine our programming and solidify our identity. Our goal is to build a sustainable business model that allows us to honor the past while embracing the future. This phase is about finding the right balance between honoring our history and creating a vibrant space for the community. As we progress, we'll roll out our full menu of events, including the Constitutional Dinner Series, with meals inspired by recipes from different eras in American history. We'll have the Patriot Breakfast Program, a nod to the working folks who built this country, where we'll serve up hearty breakfasts and strong coffee to get your day started. And don't forget about Live Music Fridays, where we'll host local musicians, keeping the spirit of each era alive through song. Plus, there'll be Cigar Nights, a tribute to the cigar-smoking traditions of the past, complete with live music and specialty cocktails. Once we've established this rhythm, we'll enter Phase 3, where we'll focus on heritage tourism and becoming a true community hub. This includes hosting private events, educational workshops, veteran partnerships, anything that broadens our reach and deepens our impact. It's about ensuring that everyone who walks through these doors feels the history, experiences the community, and understands the importance of preserving such a significant piece of our heritage. Throughout this journey, we'll weave together the visual elements that make this place come alive. Antique furniture, photographs, historical recreations, everything that transforms a building into a living testament to our past. It's a process we call visual integration, which will culminate in the grand opening of the tavern. We envision a major event celebrating our heritage, bringing the community together in a grand display of unity and pride. Finally, we arrive at Phase 5, where we'll have a full calendar of weekly events. On Mondays, we'll host Founding Fathers Film Night, where we'll screen documentaries and films related to our nation's history. Tuesdays will feature the Constitutional Study Circle, a platform for discussing and debating the principles that shaped our country. Wednesdays are dedicated to Veterans Honor Hour, a salute to those who've served, with special events and guest speakers. Thursdays will feature the Patriot Dinner and Speaker Series, where we'll bring in guest speakers to discuss topics related to our nation's history and heritage. And Fridays will continue to celebrate Freedom Music Night, encouraging local musicians to keep the historical tunes alive. Saturdays will be reserved for community social, an open invitation to all to gather, connect, and enjoy the spirit of Docs Constitutional. It's about coming together to breathe life back into these historic walls, to ensure that this place continues to be a hub of community and a beacon of liberty. You're helping to write the next chapter in history. Together, we can do something extraordinary. We can bring this landmark back to life, ensuring it stands not just as a building, but as a symbol of our collective strength, resilience, and unwavering commitment to liberty. Join us in building the next great American moment here at Docs, where patriots gather, history lives, and freedom rings.